back to the Big Dumb Fun Show.
Back on the Big Dumb Fun Show. If you've got a smartphone, Android, Apple, BlackBerry, download the TuneIn app and search Big Dumb Fun Show, and you can listen to the Big Dumb Fun Show on your favorite mobile device.
In studio with the guys from Making Movies. Welcome to the Big Dumb Fun Show, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure to have you in. You know, we read a couple of little bit of press you had on Inc. on inkkc.com. They did a little piece on you, and then Gnurk ran into you at the Royals game.
No, I saw that they had been performing there.
You played there before.
The week before.
Right. Basically. How often do you play at the Royals game? That's got to be a cool gig. Was that a first-time thing? Or?
The second time. We do it once a year. The Inc. magazine invites local music, and we were invited again.
So it's kind of like an Inc. showcase that they've got at the Royals.
At the Royals, yeah.
That's really cool. And so you've done that like 2 years in a row or so.
Correct.
And it's got to be a kind of a mixed crowd, I guess. Like people are really they're not really there for the music. They're there for the baseball. Well, what they call baseball at that stadium, and the hot dogs and whatnot. But so do you get a good crowd there? Do people really dig you when they're showing up to watch a game and they're like, oh man, what is this going on over here?
Well, we've had some mixed results. Definitely, we get a good group of our friends that come out, so a good 20, 30 people are there just for us. But then we get people who wander in just to hear what's going on. It's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Our friends come just for the
When you
suite,
guys perform, it's not actually on the field, is it?
No. They have a stage out in the outfield.
In the outfield.
Yeah.
They don't have you like on home plate.
Right.
That
So
would be really cool.
You're playing from the outfield, and everyone's in the stadium, which is like 300 feet away.
We play really loud.
And then they get you up on the Jumbotron.
You know what? Do they put that stuff up? I don't know.
You can't see. You're like looking up at yourself.
I know we can't see ourselves on that if they did, but I don't know.
They put you over the overhead speakers at Kaufman?
No. They just have their own separate sound.
Okay, so if they want to check you out, they have to go to that section of the stadium.
Right. And we play an hour prior to the actual game.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's awesome. That's really neat that Kaufman is getting into more stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, when you can't sell tickets to the game, you might as well have nice little events going on where you can check out cool bands like yourself.
Give people a reason to go.
Absolutely.
Exactly. 20 or 30,000
Like, the game might blow, but we're going to do a lot of cool stuff, cool stuff to kind of make up for it. So, but man, you are self-described. Oh, by the way, we're in studio with Juan-Carlos and Diego. We're missing Enrique and Brendan. Brando. He's the one guy that the super white guy, Brendan. Is that the deal? And does he introduce himself as super white guy or?
Yeah, he says in Spanish he calls himself El Gringo, which means the white guy, the American.
Now, how did this guy get in the band then?
Well, I used to go to high school with Brendan, and in fact, we used to play in a garage rock band back in high school, and he was my drummer. And so when Enrique and I started this project, after a while we started going through drummers, and I called him up to see if he was interested, and he stuck around ever since.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, and you guys are definitely going places. If anything, geographically, you're everywhere. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. But you're self-described as an Afro-Cuban indie rock band, and so now you have some of that rock background.
Right.
How can you better describe exactly, like, is this just something that you made up? Is there any, like, influence you can say, if you like Smash Mouth, that we're pretty much like that? Or, that's an awful example. But,
I don't know how Afro-Cuban Smash Mouth is.
A little bit. I thought All Star slightly Afro-Cuban. But how would you better describe that?
Well, the music, it blends a lot of folkloric rhythms, so kind of the way that maybe Santana blended some of his folkloric Mexican rhythms with blues, it's kind of like that, but we use a lot more South American and Central American rhythms, and that's where the Afro-Cuban, Afro-Peruvian sounds come from.
Now, there's a lot of instruments in your band, right?
Well, there's 4 of us, but part of the reason...
But between the 4 of you, there's like 10 instruments. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on.
We do cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, no, well, me alone, I played 3 instruments.
Hate you.
So I play the percussion, congas, timbales, and keyboard.
What did you just say?
The congas?
Yeah. Oh, the conga.
Oh, sorry, the congas.
The congas.
Can you anglicize that musical instrument for us, please?
What? So I mean, and it does make you sick that somebody's just so talented they can just you probably pick up anything, and after
accent,
a couple of hours,
and the accent
and you got the accent. Yeah, that helps.
It helps, right?
Where you guys originate from? Are you from here, or are you from?
Grew up in Kansas
Cuba?
City. My family's from Mexico.
Okay.
And then
were you born in the States?
I was born in the States. Yeah.
Okay.
How did you get the accent then?
Probably growing up.
Girls.
Did your your parents? They were like, he goes home. Hi, mom and dad.
Hey, Mom. Just had a good interview. It was crazy. I don't know why I picked that.
I don't know. That was
Very sorry. I apologize.
That's what happens when you grow up in Pleasant Hill.
that explains it. But no, I don't know. I think just both my parents speak fluent Spanish, and I think growing up with that, speaking both languages, it kind of just...
So you got Spanglish down.
I got Spanglish down
a little bit.
Pretty well, yeah.
Diego, what
well,
about you?
Enrique and I are brothers, and we were both born in Panama, and our family moved from Panama to Kansas City, and we kind of ended up growing up here.
Oh, so did you have to get citizenship?
I personally didn't. My father's a citizen of America.
Okay, all right. So you're grandfathered or fathered in, really. I guess that's good.
Yep, but Enrique did have to, but that's for different reasons.
Actually, no. Panama at the time you were born was a part of the United States, right?
Well, they had a treaty with America at the time, and the States was controlling the canal, so there was a big. It's very friendly between Panama and the United States.
But that all went away like in 2004 or 2000, right? I think there's big changes. Do you ever go back?
In 1999, yeah,
99?
they American influence kind of left. But yeah, I've gone back several times since. I went back just 2 years ago. I'd like to go back again.
Do you take the band back?
We want to go as a band. We haven't gone yet.
That'd be awesome.
Now, do you think that would be weird? You're like, yes, this is very Panama inspired, and they're like, this is crap.
Well, that's the fear, right?
But that'd be kind of neat, though. I think it'd be
awesome.
neat to play something that was inspired by, or greatly inspired by, a country's blend of music, and then you mix the little Kansas City into it, and you bring it back to them. I think they would find that very interesting.
Well, we hope so, but
Yeah.
that's kind of a dream of ours to be able to play our music in Panama.
Yeah. What you guys really? How far have you traveled with making movies?
Not as far as we would like. I guess the furthest we've gone from the United States is like the border of Mexico.
Oh, really?
But yeah, we want to go into Mexico, South America, Panama, all that. I mean, Central America. We've traveled all over the states. We've been coast to coast.
Do you go up north at all?
We do. We actually we're in Milwaukee. And then what else? We've been up to. We'll be up to. Yeah, we'll go to New York. We'll be in D.C. here in the next month.
Yeah,
and
It's a good day to go to, or a good time to be in D.C.
And then
place is hopping.
it'd be crazy.
Yeah.
And then in December we plan on doing a West Coast tour up and down California. So
Very cool, very cool. So Enrique, how did he get dreads? Like this guy, he's got these big long
brother,
dreads,
his
right?
brother.
Well, his dreads come from on our family. He got my mom's side of the family, which has really curly hair. So
Okay.
The mofro.
yeah. No, he kind of had a Justin Timberlakey Jew fro in high school,
Nice.
and so he decided instead of doing the fro, he wanted to try to curl it up and make some dreads out of it. So
that's great. How long has he
it
had
turned out.
dreads? I mean, it's really kind of a part of the band now, right?
Yeah, it's part of the image. So he's had them for several years, five years maybe more.
We got a lot of exciting stuff to talk about when it comes to your new album getting ready to release. But when it comes to your upcoming performances, you do travel often. You're everywhere. In fact, in a couple of days, you're going to be over at the Granada in
That's
Lawrence. Right. Very great venue.
It is.
Nice college town. They're going to love you there. Have you played there before?
We have a few times,
And
it goes over pretty well.
They love you there.
Yeah.
And then you're going to go up to Omaha
Mm-hmm.
at Creighton University.
Correct.
Right next to where I used to live up in the Papillion area type too. So they're going to love you too. Once again, you got the college circuit all planned out.
Right.
And then you're going to be back in Kansas City at Union Station.
That's right.
Later this week.
So yeah, on Sunday.
It's a lot of drive time.
Oh, it's a lot of drive time.
You guys are just riding one big smelly van, or is that the way?
As
it
of
goes?
recent, it's smelled really bad.
I knew it.
As of recent, I think because we've been in there so much.
Band vans, they don't smell good at all. It doesn't happen.
No, only when you first get it.
Yeah.
And then that's
you know
about
what we
it.
got to do before you guys head out today? I want to give you some of our very own
Air
Uncle
freshener?
No, not. In fact, quite
That
the
would've been
opposite.
useful.
Febreze.
Uncle Rusty's Pure Pork Salsa.
You thought the van smelled bad before.
Wait till you have
Yeah.
some of this salsa. Yeah, you guys familiar with the ghost pepper?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Well, this is made with ghost pepper. It's called Uncle Rusty's Pure Pork Salsa Ghost Protocol. It's going to blow your mind.
What's the
You're gonna
first song?
Absolutely love it.
What's the first track we're going to listen to?
This first track is called Cuna de Vida, and it's off of our promotional EP.
All right, so this is off the EP right here from Making Movies. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about why you're called Making Movies, and the new EP coming out, and where you can get some of this music. We're in studio with Making Movies today on the Big Dumb Fun Show.